Hi everyone, welcome again to another video clip going through my weekly lesson. And this week it's called The Charity Givers, all about a washing machine, a toaster, and a heater that was given to me from my neighbor, except that my neighbor disappeared, he moved, and now there's a washing machine, a toaster, and a heater that I don't know what to do with. The washing machine is sitting outside the apartment. The heater and toaster are in my cupboard, and my cat is very happily sitting on top of all of them. So this week's weekly lesson is all about that experience. We're going through some phrases, so let's just continue. So it took me a few moments to register what had just happened. Who were these people? So to register is when the information becomes suddenly aware to you. You suddenly become aware of what just happened. So, for example, let's say someone steals your television. Let's say, for example, I visit your apartment and I steal your TV. You might not notice straight away. Even when you walk into the room, you might not notice that your TV has gone. It takes a few minutes for you to register or for that thing to register with you. Okay, so it took me a few moments to register what had just happened. So you can use this in the active voice or the passive voice. You can say, oh, it took me a few moments to register what just happened. Or you could say, it took a few moments for that to register with me. You can say it both ways. There's also a similar expression. You also could say, it took a few moments before that sank in. Yeah, okay, so that's another way to say it. It just means that it took a few moments for that information to register. It took a few moments for that to sink in, and the past tense to sank. Well, past tense is not to sank, of course. Past tense is simply sank. It took a few moments before that sank in. Present tense to sink, past tense sank. It took a few moments before that sank in, before that registered with me. Okay, so in this case, suddenly um, these people vanished. I was left with a washing machine, a toaster, and a heater, and it took me a few moments after they left to realize what had just happened. And that's quite common with me. You know, when people insult me or say bad things and then walk away, it takes me a few moments before I realize, oh, I've just been insulted, or someone's just said a bad thing to me. I'm not very quick at understanding what's just happened. And anyway, when these people appeared with the washing machine, the toaster, and the heater, it took me a few moments just to realize what was happening. Maybe if it happens again in the future, I'll be tempted just to say no. Right, let's continue. It was a nice feeling to know that I had done a good deed. Okay, so a good deed just means something nice for someone. Okay. I'm just scanning through this. Danny might be on holiday. Danny wasn't coming back. Yeah, my cat is now sitting happily on that heater in the cupboard. Um, I asked my neighbors what they thought. Some of them were worried that he was dead inside his apartment, but they all agreed they didn't care. Yeah, this is a good one. It says here, I mean, if he was dead in there, there's nothing to be done anyway. He's dead. They all concurred. If you concur about something, you agree. Okay, so it's used in reported speech. Yes, that's right. John concurred. Or you can simply say, yeah, I concur. It's definitely right. It just means I agree. Very common to say that and very formal. A very formal way of saying you agree. The next part I think is quite straightforward. Yeah, my landlord's agent was clearing the apartment. This is an interesting one. Clearing the apartment. That just means cleaning it, getting it ready for the next person living there. That was my big moment. It means that was my moment to shine, to go and do my thing and find out where this guy called Danny was. Okay, so I'll leave the rest for tomorrow, but just to go back to this register, it took me a few moments to register. It took me a few moments, or it took a few moments for what happened to register with me. The two ways you can use this. You can also use the phrasal verb to sink in. It took a few moments before that sank in. So basically, this is all about when you slowly realize what just happened. So a few minutes later, you reflect on what happened a moment ago. Maybe it was someone stealing your bag, someone asking for directions. Sometimes it takes a few minutes just to recover and to say, oh, well, what just happened there? So in this case, of course, I was given a washing machine, a toaster, and a heater for one of my neighbors who vanished. And after the people left, it just took me a few minutes to realize what had happened and also to wonder, to plan what I was going to do next, because now I had those things, I had to find a neighbor. So yeah, very, very interesting. Very interesting. Right, there we are. So that's the information about the charity givers. That's our words for today. Just a very quick little motivational moment, something I want you to think about today. And that is simply to say, when it comes to English, uh, let's see, uh, are you motivated by the goal at the end or simply by the task for today? Just a few little things to ask yourself. Because if you're motivated by the larger goal, you might want to rush it a bit, and it it looks like it's a huge thing you have to do, and that can be quite rough, especially if you're not doing exams. You have to make sure you keep this as a hobby, because what you don't want is to get stressed, because it's supposed to be bringing you joy. Whereas if you're motivated by the task in front of you today, it can become very joyful. It can become something beautiful, which is really, really good. And you can always set Chat GPT or AI to help you with that, or ask your teacher to prepare a number of lessons for you to agree in advance what you're going to be doing with your English. Because, if it's just you and your English and the books, it can be a little bit daunting, a little bit hard. So, are you motivated by the goal at the end? Like in 5 years, you'll be fluent, or just a task for today? Try to keep it as simple as possible. Just a question for you to reflect on. That's it from me today. So I need to go and make some hot drink now. I'm still on autopilot. It'll take me a few minutes to wake up, and then probably it will register with me that I've forgotten to tell you something in today's podcasts. But there we are. That's it. See you soon. Bye.